Hoi there everyone, this is FatesFanboy speaking, and today I am back for another round of GeoGuessr. This will be the second video I make on this game, as the first was actually pretty well received, much to my content. And speaking of that first video, if you haven't checked it out yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. And I think it would also benefit you personally, because in it I briefly introduced the game in general, and the game mode we'll be playing today as well, Country Streak. I'll link it in the corner or something, you'll see it pop up right about now. But for those of you that already know what it entails, I won't dance around it any longer, so I'd say let's just jump into a round of Country Streak. Right, so we're back here on the Country Streak menu, and as you can see I still have the settings from last time, no moving, anything else allowed. I'm still no expert, that has changed since the first episode, so I'll only be restricting my movement and not my panning or zooming capabilities. But yeah, let's just see what we got for our first round. Alright, so right off the bat, getting Eastern Europe vibes. We don't have any solid clues to go off, unfortunately. We don't have any signage, nor any flags, which is wishful thinking in these rounds. It always is, but still, you don't know, you never know. So this may already be a bust in the first round. But I'm just going to shoot my shot, and I'm going to say that this is Romania. And what do you know? We're actually correct. Okay, so this isn't as tragic as a start as I would have thought, fortunately. Right, so what's all this then? Yellow number plate. So we're in the Netherlands. Orange bus with illegible text. But I have a pretty strong feeling that we're in Singapore here. I can't really put my finger on as to why that is. But I think once you've played enough of this game, you'll get a bit of a feel for what certain countries look like. So I'm just going to try it. Right, nothing else for it, but just to try again. And just to be clear, I am going to try to break my record of last time, which was a phenomenal 5 in a row. Yes, thank you, thank you. Excellent achievement. Incredible, absolutely stellar. But I do think I can surpass it with some ease. But let's focus on the task at hand before I elaborate. So there is a URL here with a country code .ua, which would stand for Ukraine, but you never know if it's just passing through. I had that incident with the Alaska truck being in Canada, so I will always keep my doubt. Now this billboard also has the color pattern of the Ukraine flag, and I don't think we have many more clues to go off, so we will just try it. And for once, it is actually truthful. Always a good sign. Okay, so that is a flag. It doesn't look like a national flag of any kind. Merchant's Ark. Okay, is this the UK then? Or am I grossly mistaken? Oh, actually, not too far off. It looks like this is Ireland. Unless it's Northern Ireland. No, Irish is prevalent here, from the looks of it, so we're going for Ireland. And it is true, we are correct, smack in the middle of Dublin. Always a good sign, always like to see urban areas. And what is this? .sg, okay, so this is Singapore, presumably. So we get a second try, if I can navigate my way over to Singapore. And this time we will be correct. Okay. I'm trying to make these rounds a bit more snappy. I think last round I spent a lot of time talking and brainstorming with myself to see what possibly it could be. But this time I'll keep it more, short, snappy. So that we can move through many more rounds, hopefully, get a better streak more quickly. But I'm dancing around the facts. This is Japanese script, so we are going to press Japan. There, in Hokkaido, or at least the north of Japan. I've only ever known the region as Hokkaido from the Inazuma 11 games, so don't blame me if I'm wrong, I was misled. Again, Eastern European vibe. We haven't checked for the sun once, but that's because I'm pretty confident this is Europe, so we will always be in the Northern Hemisphere. It's rather unfortunate that we're so far away from these buildings. And of course we can't move, that's our only restriction, but it's pretty damning at this moment. We are also too far away to read that sign, which would have been a great boon. But as of right now, it looks like we may lose our 4 streak here. Unless I get another clutch guess. And the best idea I have is probably... I want to say... I really want to say Romania. Again. But then again, I don't feel like this is Romania. Okay, so I think I'm just going to have to push the button here. I have to pick something eventually. I am going to go for... I think I have to go Romania. I have Spain lingering in the back of my head, but I think this looks too structurally... I have to be careful with my words here. It doesn't look well kept up enough to be Spain, but I could regret those words in a second. Well, we don't, but we're not correct either. 3rd time's the charm, they always say, right? I doubt that'll be the case here. Bravo. Alright, tells us nothing. Now let's actually check the sun for once, because I have no clue. So we are in the northern hemisphere because the sun is in the south. And as you may see, GeoGuessr has had a major revamp between the recording of my first video and this video. Now there's also a compass aid, as it were, in the top of the screen. So you don't have to manually read the compass anymore, I suppose. It's a nice quality of life change. I didn't mind reading it myself, but what's not nice is having absolutely jack squat to go off. Except being in the northern hemisphere. Now, this house somehow gives me... I'm not going to say gives me an Asian feeling, that would make me look so stupid, because it's definitely not Asian. White number plate. Cannot see a blue badge, but I presume there must be one. I'm feeling like we're in the top right corner of Europe here. I don't think we're quite in Scandinavia. But I think we're in either the Baltic states or Poland. Maybe Czechia, I think Czechia's pushing it a bit. Or is it? I think I am going for Czechia actually, on second thought. I think bravo is a word that could appear in Czech, so fingers crossed. Alright, fair enough, that's a bust. Alright, so the 3rd time was not the charm as it turns out. And this is Poland. Quite easy. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I will most definitely get my tongue twisted to hell and back. Even though I am trying to learn some Polish. No, I'm not going to try it. I'm going to embarrass myself. Anyway, we are in Poland, definitively, so that's good. 2nd round. Nothing that way. A truck here with an illegible sign. Oh, we are so close to the highway. We just had to slip into some side passage, didn't we? This is such a dick move. Just putting me in between 2 highways with signs. These trees... I'm not a tree expert, why am I trying? I'm just going to have to click something. Like, I feel we're in Asia, somehow. Then again, I really don't feel like we're in Asia. Ah, this is going to be so wide of the mark. We were in Asia! Okay, but if we were in Asia, I would have clicked Singapore, so I would have felt even worse. Most likely. Yes! We got a Netherlands round, let's go! Ah, I needed some redemption after that tragic finish of the first episode, confusing the Netherlands for Belgium. I mean, to be fair, we were very close to the border, so I can't really beat myself up over it too much. But this time we are going to get justice, and of course we are in the vicinity of Amsterdam. Very original. But I'll take it. I'll take it. With pleasure. We need to take everything we can get here, because we don't have much to work with. Now, once again, I am quite confident that we are in the north of Europe. I'm feeling Scandinavia, in fact, mostly because of the house structure here, the wooden structures. I feel like that's something that you often see in Norway or Sweden, either one. But then again, I could be grossly mistaken once more. Well, it was Sweden. So most of these attempts will, of course, end up in failure because I really just have very, very little to go off. And who knows? I may even decide to cut most of this out if I don't do really well, to make myself look better, but also to just not bore you with my failed attempts. I think this is Hungary because of the language, and it is okay. Skolska ulica. Okay, Slavic country. I always default to Czechia. I think I might have mentioned this before. And I think that's a pretty safe bet here. Except it's Slovakia. Alright, is this going to be our first Northern Asia round here? Looks like it might be. Is that the Among Us sign? But I think the Among Us sign appears in Sri Lanka. It does? Okay. God, that's such a cursed sentence to speak. The Among Us sign appears in Sri Lanka. I'm so sorry for anyone who's from Sri Lanka and I just associated Among Us with your language. Okay, once more a German round, but obviously not Germany because we're not in the city. But I think we can potentially find some of these places if they're not too small. See, I feel like this could be it. But then again, I don't know if this is too rural. I mean, we are pretty close to civilization, aren't we? Is that a flag? That's a Swiss flag. Salvation. There we go. Oh, that would have been tragic. There it is, Rhine-Eck. Nice passageway. Unfortunate for us, because we have absolutely nothing once more. I think this could potentially be a Latin American country, judging by the jolly old fellow here. Let's see, white number plate. That is a blue badge, so that's making me doubt my decision about Latin America. That is making me shift my focus on the east of Europe instead. It does seem as if they use the Latin alphabet, so I'm feeling Romania. Then again, it could also be Albania or something. Well, Romania, it always works. It always works out for me, I swear. Alright, Romania brings salvation on a streak of 3, and look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Singapore flag. There we go, in the pocket. And we are on our way to 5. But this may be a roadblock. This gentleman does look somewhat tan, but I don't want to say tan enough to be Romanian. I think I'm going to try Romania regardless. But that car doesn't have a blue badge. But it does use Latin script. Let's give it a shot. But what's the chance it's Romania twice in a row? It is! I'm telling you, Romania always works. It always works. When in doubt, go Romania. Just take my word for it. And is this Singapore? No, that is not Singapore. Unless... No, actually, I think this may be Indonesia instead. Yeah, that's definitely Indonesia. Do not want to make the mistake of mixing up Singapore and Indonesia again. There we go, once more in Jakarta. Something I've noticed about these rounds... We are at 6, by the way. Yes! Yes, we did it! But something I have noticed about these rounds, it's kind of ironic I'm getting this round now, because what I wanted to say is I've been getting a lot more urban rounds and a lot more varied rounds ever since the update struck, and I think that's because the Google imagery has actually been updated. Is that a dead cat? Oh, that's not what you want to see. This is a predicament and is going to come down to a complete guess. But I want to say we're somewhere like Estonia. Why not? Well, we were in the Baltic states, but that's... Well, that is a streak of 6 down the drain. I do believe we broke our record there. But like, I think we can do better. I really do think we can do better. Okay, lots of censored buildings, it looks like. So this is most likely Germany. Yes, it is. And once more proving my point that we are usually in a big city when you are in Germany. In Hamburg this time around. Let's see, what's this? Chevalier. Alright, could be French, could just be a common surname. See, I feel like this in the distance does say something useful, but we're just too far away. Can we read this? No. So then I think our best bet is just to go for France. Our first thought, the first gut feeling is always the one you can trust most, so why not? There we go, exactly. Near Paris, I had a feeling. It's always hard to judge. And yeah, this is just, this is great. This is fantastic. Actually, it may not be that bad. That is definitely Cyrillic. The roads are incredibly wide. And there is just generally a massive void. Has to be Russia. And it is. What did I say? I feel like Russia is so immensely large that anywhere remotely rural just feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, feeling like that's Hungarian, but this could give some more... Yes, that is definitely Hungarian. So there we go, another one in the bag. Now if we get a tiny bit lucky with our rounds here, which this may not look like it's lucky, because we have absolutely no signage, no houses, no people, one lone farm in the distance. But we do have this brick road, which is typical for the Netherlands actually, but also for Belgium. And somehow I feel like this is going to be another one of those cases where I just completely humiliate myself by not recognizing my own country, is it? See, I feel like this is Belgium. Oh, but the dramatic irony of you already knowing I'm wrong, but me not realizing. I'm going to obliviously click Belgium anyway. Cross my fingers.
What's wrong with you?